start. I mean it. Like, don't procrastinate. Procrastination has got you to where you are today. So if you've made the decision and you've reconciled yourself that you are going to start looking at it, like, you know, we regularly deal with clients like this. By the way, it's perfectly normal. It's perfectly reasonable. There's nothing wrong with you, right? But you just need to get it going. So if you're 53 and you're saying, what's the point now? I'd say, well, how long have you got left in this business to try and generate income? Well, I might keep going 10, 15. Well, let's just use the time we have left is going to be your last opportunity to save tax. So even if you only save 10,000 in tax, if you only save 100,000 in tax, over 10 years, if you only save 250,000 in tax, still money that is in your name and not in the taxman's. And you will have those funds to be able to, because no matter what happens, the one certainty we have is eventually you're going to need an income to supplement your lifestyle. So it's never too late. The first step is just talk to someone like me and say, what's the first step? First step is, how much can you afford to start putting in every month? Simple as that. How much can the business, not even you, it's the business, how much can the business afford to put in every month? Okay. Second thing, don't make this mistake. Oh, I'll wait till the year end is up and I'll see what the accountant says my profit is going to be. And then I'll take a portion of that and I'll put it in. Now, there's lots of people watching this going, that's exactly what I do. And I'm going, yeah, fine, because it works for you. But for some people, they end up sitting down with the accountant to go, well, actually, I was looking to buy a car, so I'm going to take X amount out of that. And then suddenly the profit goes from this to this, and there's nothing left for the pension. So my strategy is we set a target amount. So if you're 53, 60, it doesn't matter. Whatever age you are, it's never too late. And if there's significant assets on the balance sheet of the business, it can be extraordinarily tax advantageous for people in their mid to late 50s to begin to look at pension funding. So even in terms of the amounts that you can fund, they're far greater than you genuinely can conceive. I mean, enormous potential. But back to my example, we set a target to say, right, how much are we going to try and get in then? So you've got a finishing line in sight. So from a financial planning perspective, it's easier to be able to get the client to focus on that. So we'll set a number. How much do we want to end up with? And we work back. So that's everything, right? So we want to work back from there and we go, right, now, so how much are we going to have to put in every year for that? So most businesses operate on the premise that I'll put in what I can afford to, but I'll only know how much I can afford to at the end of the year. But we'll have a rough idea. So what we say is if we have a target there, we say we get 2/3 in over the year, every month. So, okay, so if it's 60,000 or if it's whatever, if it's 50,000, we'll get 33,000 in over, or 20,000, whatever the number is, right? We'll get it in over those 12 months. So if it's 50,000, we got 33 in. So we've 17 left of a target. And you sit down with the accountant says there's 50 or 60,000 in profit there. Well, then we can take the 17 and we got it all in. But if there's a problem in the business and the business isn't as profitable as you would have thought it was going to be, which is perfectly normal, perfectly reasonable, well then you can say, well, I'm not going to put the 17 in, but at least you got the 33 in. So it's 2/3 via regular, 1/3 with a lump sum at the end. There's no scientific reason. It's all about human behavior, to be honest with you, but it's about giving people the capacity to fund it, to get it going, and not just go, today, I'm going to do it now, and then in my financial year end in December, I'll really put the money in. No, put the money in now. You've made the decision, get it in going, and at the end of the year, if there's extra in the pot, happy days. If there isn't, no harm. At least we got something in, and we'll have a look at maybe making up the shortfall next year.